10 signs a coworker likes you more than you think. In this video, I will share with you 10 signs a coworker likes you more than you think. So, without further ado, let's get started. One of the best places you can meet a great guy or girl is at work. Because you spend a lot of time with coworkers and communicate often, it's only a matter of time before a connection starts to build. However, it can get tricky at times. This is especially if you want to ascertain the kind of connection that is developing between you and him. While he may be getting closer to you because he likes you, some other factors should be considered. For one, he could simply be the jovial type. Or maybe he simply likes you with no strings attached. Moreover, it may be his way of being communal, or perhaps he's just trying to be nice. Yeah, nobody wants to be in that zone. When you consider these factors, then you will agree with me that it is difficult to be sure whether he likes you or not. Also, consider the fact that workers are expected to be professional in the discharge of their duties. That alone can make any guy who likes you to be cautious about revealing it, making it more difficult for you to see any sign. It's understandable that you have certain reasons you want to find out if he is into you. Perhaps you like him too. And by finding out, you could make things work out easier for both of you. Or maybe you just want to find out on time so that you can withdraw from the relationship for the fear of unprofessional conduct that might result from such a steamy romance. Whatever the reason may be, watch this video to discover 10 signs a coworker likes you. 1. He wants to stand up for you whenever you have an issue at work. This is one of the obvious signs that he not only likes you, but he also wants to prove it. Now ask yourself, at your place of work, when you have any issue, is he always at the front line to defend you or to stand up for you? Is he always willing to give a helping hand? If he does, that means he is very protective. And that is what most guys do when they genuinely like a girl. They simply want to save the day by acting heroically. Don't be surprised. The reason he actually jumped at the chance of helping you might be because he wants to use that opportunity to mingle with you. If you noticed such an attitude from a male coworker lately, then it's possible he likes you even more than you might have thought. 2. He uses body language. This is often unintentional. No matter how hard he may try not to let the cat out of the bag, his body language will betray him. So, you must watch out for those messages his body gives away. Some of the telltale body language moves you should look out for are: how he sits whenever he's around you. Sitting face to face with you simply means he wants to glance at you with ease. He smiles often. A simple smile accompanied with a gesture towards you actually means a lot. He leans towards you. If a guy likes you, he might likely attempt to lean closer when he sits beside you. It's a basic sign of attraction, to say the least. He is nervous. It's pretty common for a guy who likes or highly regards you to feel nervous around you. To find out if he's nervous, check if he stutters when speaking, or if his tone changes, or if he speaks faster. To be sure about these actions, observe how he interacts with other coworkers. If with others, he displays exactly what he does around you, then it's probably his nature. But if you notice any significant difference in his body language when he is with other coworkers, then he probably likes you. 3. He always compliments you. It's important that you acknowledge this. Most guys who are crushing on you will not want to reveal it, so they won't compliment you often. However, if you notice this particular male coworker who can't help but compliment you, it means he really likes you. He probably can't avoid saying those nice things to you. Mind you, generic compliments like nice outfit are not considered here. Anybody can give such a compliment. But if he keeps saying stuff like, "I like that smile of yours," then that's it. Also, observe if he compliments you when he's with others. If he does, then that's a green light. A bright one. For he stares at you. If you have this guy at work who can't stop staring at you, well, he probably likes you, or wants to kill you. But most likely the former. Check out if he tends to look away whenever you look towards his direction. Yeah, The young man probably admires what he sees. But maybe he's too shy to own up. There are other guys who may be bold enough to stare at you with more intent and focus. Pay attention to such too. It might also be an indicator of admiration. For instance, if you're talking to him, of course, it's normal if he looks at you. But when he continues staring at you even when someone else is talking to him, then it's obvious he likes you. Another sign you should look out for is what his eyes look like whenever you catch him staring at you. Are his eyes seductive? By seductive, I mean that particularly tender stare that is highly communicable. Does he stare at you in that manner? Just so you know, it's one of the major signs a coworker likes you if he stares at you in a way that's different from how others look at you. 5. He tries to spend time with you. One thing most people do when they like you is that they'll try to spend more time with you. Guys are not exempted. In fact, they lead the pack. If he keeps trying to spend time alone with you, maybe he's just picked interest and is trying to connect with you. Surely, at your workplace, it's normal if the management expects staff members to behave professionally by not loitering around. But if you still keep finding yourself alone with him, in the car park, the reception, the meeting hall, the canteen, or any other place around that work environment, then it's possible he staged such eventualities. Yes, perhaps, he masterminded those meetings that seemingly happened by chance. The reason you keep bumping into him everywhere is probably because he is seeking the opportunity to say hi. He may be willing to tell you something soon. Just watch out. 6. He asks about things that are not work-related. A male colleague who is into you will definitely attempt to build a rapport that is beyond work. If he keeps bringing up topics that are not related to work, then he probably wants to be something more than a coworker to you. For instance, he may ask you what your favorite food is, or maybe the books you prefer reading, or maybe the music genre you love listening to. Whenever he asks such questions, then it is likely that he wants to build a connection with you beyond work. And obviously, he wants to familiarize himself with you. He may even get tempted to ask if you have a boyfriend. With such an audacious sign, you need no other pointer in order to know that he really wants something more from you. However, mind you, he might not be that straightforward. Some guys will prefer to be subtle with such queries. For instance, if you tell him you went shopping with a friend, and he asks if that friend is a male, then he's asking the same question. He simply wants to know if you have a man in your life. And as a matter of fact, such personal questions, that are not work-related, are clear signs a coworker likes you. 7. He's jealous when he sees you with another male coworker. Don't ignore this very sign. I'm sure you can relate to that feeling when you watch someone you like seemingly liking another person. That's one of the most awful feelings anybody can experience. And it will cause a high surge of jealousy. You just can't help it. Well, that will be the same case with any male colleague who likes you at your workplace. He won't be able to hide his jealousy if he sees you chatting with other guys. You might be wondering if you can really tell when he's jealous. Yep, you can. One of the ways to ascertain his jealousy is through his reaction just after he sees you with another guy. He might start acting weird. He might be kind of moody or maybe obviously sad. And in some cases, he might even be bold enough to mention it to you. 8. He's always well dressed. Although dressing nice might just be one of his habits or lifestyle, it can also be a sign he likes you. This is especially if you noticed that he wasn't a super dresser initially, but only initiated that eye-catching fashion sense almost at the same time he started getting closer to you. In this case, he is probably trying to impress you. Almost every guy actually does this, especially if they're in love. Just so you know, an average guy wouldn't care much about how he looks if he has no girl to impress. But as soon as he's crushing on a girl, bang! That's it. You'll see that monster swagger in him. That's when you'll see that the young man actually has fashion sense. Dolce & Gabbana would have nothing on him. But, stay calm, because he will probably approach you soon. Will you give him the time of day? I hope so. 9. You have inside jokes. This is only obtainable if both of you are starting to get fond of each other. If you and a male coworker understand each other to the point that you make jokes that only both of you can understand, then the connection is there. Moreover, if you both have good chemistry, he will always make you laugh. Of course, he will try to say things that will liven you up. 10. He can't stop flirting. It's normal for many coworkers of the opposite sex to flirt. This is because life in the office can get way too boring at times. To make things a bit lively, members of staff could have a stint of innocuous flirting going on between them. However, a male coworker who is particularly interested in you will take it a step further. He simply can't stop flirting whenever he's with you. Also, if he really likes you, then you shouldn't expect him to flirt with any other female in the office. He will reserve that energy and time for you alone. Thanks for watching.